Hello everyone, Tucker here at BioWare Follower, and we got some new Anthem news, so let's go over what Kotaku reported today. Kotaku has a lengthy article on some recent events going on at BioWare concerning the development of Anthem, a link to which will be in the description down below. Now the article starts off by telling us that reports from inside sources are stating that BioWare is doubling down on the development of Anthem, that the majority of the people at Edmonton and Austin are all working on this project, while small teams are continuing work on Star Wars: The Old Republic and the upcoming, yet still unannounced, Dragon Age game. There's also a feeling with these sources that BioWare employees are feeling like the future of BioWare is resting on Anthem, something that I talked about in the most recent video where JD from Freelancer Codex and I discuss about loot crates and Anthem. The article continues talking about how Anthem is now expected to release in early 2019, something that the community has been discussing due to the lack of recent news and trailers. With that being said, there's still no exact date being mentioned of when the game will release. The first and only trailer that we have for Anthem debuted during E3 in 2017. The end of the announcement video, which is what you're currently seeing, slates the game as a holiday 2018 release. Now that, in my opinion, is a great thing. Sure, that means we have to wait longer for the game, but quoting Miyamoto, a delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad, and we all want Anthem to be as best as it could be. The argument of that though could also start getting into what is called in the industry as feature creep, but that's a topic for another video. This push, however, is very likely for extra polishing and bug squashing. Now getting back on topic, the article theorizes that EA won't allow for the game to be delayed any further than March of 2019. Due to that being the end of the company's fiscal year. The writer of the article talks about the feelings of those who he talked to that are close to the game. Due to NDAs being the amazing and fun thing that they are, not much was able to be discussed, but the general feel from those developers are that they are both anxious and optimistic about the game, both of which are very expected. This game is a huge project, so you can, from previous reports of how the development is going, it sounds like the game is on the right track. But with how events have been recently taking place in the gaming community, mainly the gaming community's views on EA, as well as the recent reception of BioWare's most recent game, Mass Effect Andromeda, you can see how they are anxious about the reception of BioWare's new IP, which has been in development for over 5 years as of the making of this video. The article then goes on to discuss how there are rumors about ending development for The Old Republic. Now, fans of the series don't get too concerned. Ending development doesn't mean that the game is going to get its servers shut down and the plug pulled. What that means is that there wouldn't be any future updates for the game unless something major were to happen. The servers would still be up and playable, as well as this wouldn't be something that happens tomorrow, as the sources say that the topic is still up in the air and being discussed. This, however, does go hand in hand with the fact that more employees across the BioWare studios are being pulled together to work on Anthem. The last part of this article goes over how developers within BioWare are watching very closely the negative feedback that has recently been going on with Destiny 2, as well as watching the loot box controversy unfolding with many EA games. This is a great thing to hear, and hopefully from there, many things will be noted and the developers of Anthem will learn from the mistakes of others and not repeat them within Anthem. They are also concerned as it is very common for persistent world games to have rocky launches. You have thousands and thousands of players all going through the persistent world, and many problems will appear from there. It then turns around onto the developers where they need to fix those problems as quickly as possible. But the difference between persistent worlds and other genres like FPS, puzzle, or sports games are that with persistent world games like Destiny, Diablo, and Division, new problems and balancing issues appear just as fast as they get resolved. There's also a bit at the end going over YouTubers who have voiced their views on EA and BioWare over the past few months. This is all point of view, but I agree with the developers when they told Jason that there have been some demoralization within EA and BioWare over some of this. While there has been a decent amount that was earned through the loot box issue and many other things, that when BioWare employees see Anthem getting attacked because of current issues at hand, without much being out about Anthem, that those who are making these videos are bashing it purely off speculation and spreading misinformation and painting EA as nothing but a greedy villain. The developers go on to note that EA is complicated. Yes, their first and foremost concern is always going to be making a profit, just as every other company that exists. But EA does care about the fans of their games. So that is the end of the article, and I want to talk a bit longer about the game being pushed back. This could be from the recent controversies that haven't just been going on with BioWare, but with the gaming industry as a whole, and that is a good thing. That means that the developers at BioWare are concerned and want to make sure that their new IP is as best as it can be. They really want this to be a great game and don't want to release it with issues that can cause it to be disliked in the community. The game will eventually come out, and I agree with the theory in the article that it will be before March 2019. So with the game being held back a few months longer, that just means that there is more time to get this as close to perfection as they can. So what are your views on this? Are you happy with the game being pushed back a bit? Let us know in the comments down below, and while you are there, give this video a like and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.